All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. If you don't know what the show's about, I'll tell you about it. It's really straightforward. Basically, I invest $1,000 a day every day, and I think we're going to jump that up relatively soon. Probably in the next couple days, we'll take that up to maybe $3,000 a day into my favorite crypto. I also cover some news and I do a little bit of technical analysis. I'm not a technical analyst, I'll tell you that, but I do like to dabble a little bit, see what the market's doing. It's a nice refresh for me as well, just to stay in touch with what's going on. So let's take a look. Bitcoin's still, just chopping. No movements up or down. I mean, literally, these daily candles say it all, right? It's just literally chopping. No, it is not clear what it wants to do. I suspect we're going to go down to about maybe 38, but we're not going down to 30. I'll tell you that. It's highly unlikely that we go down to 30. It's very likely that we stay around this region. So the next opportunity that comes down to here, I would, dynamically DCA a little bit more, like a larger chunk than I usually do. Um, Aside from that, the DXY is pumping a little bit. Yesterday was doing quite well as well. Well, let's see. Let's do a refresh here. I think we're okay. Yeah, this is true. Okay, so this is the daily, and huh, thought this was yesterday. Well, yeah, we ain't doing bad, and this is not good news, right? Ideally, this is coming down because that's what makes um this keeps Bitcoin prices up. But as this goes up, uh, Bitcoin prices will dip, as we talked about yesterday. So let us watch out and see what happens. Daily DCA, 8 minutes ago, about 0.293, so a little less than yesterday. Price has gone up. The shrimpy dashboard is reflected the same. How annoying. I hate that. I'm going to put this address in the description, and you can check it yourself just to keep tabs on what's happening. Here's some interesting news. Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. This is huge, massive, right? Like the amount of reach a company like Walmart has is absolutely absurd. And that is when the moms and the dads and like the Midwest, huge groups of people start buying into this stuff. Can you imagine like the kids saying, "Hey, listen, I want the latest crypto, whatever it is," and the mom's like, "What are you talking about? How do I get this?" And it's not this complicated process of using, like buying ETH. Oh my God, it's such a pain. Like I couldn't. It would be impossible for me to get my mom to buy ETH or buy Bitcoin. It's not easy, right? It's not a straightforward process. But you can go to Walmart and pick up a little card that does the whole thing and bada bing, bada boom. That's it. Now these guys not only want to get into the cryptoverse via NFTs, they also want to possibly build out their own virtual currency, and this makes perfect sense, right? Perfect sense. Now they have a Walmart coin. You can redeem it inside of Walmart. You can use it online. It's really absolutely genius. Like it becomes like its own little currency inside of Walmart. Similar to actually Aeroplan, which is a type of currency, right? And it's like the banks manage their own currency. It's very interesting. But Walmart would do something similar. And I mean, can you imagine like you load up your crypto card, your crypto wallet. I don't know if they use card or a wallet. I think they would also use a card. I'm not sure what the penetration of smartphone usage is in all across America because these I know Walmart serves everybody. Um, but that'd be amazing. You just top up your card, and with that, you go online and put your card just like a credit card, and there you go. You're set to go, and you got yourself your NFT, and maybe you can buy ETH and whatnot. I don't know. Probably not. I don't think you could buy ETH and Bitcoin through Walmart. I would think that you could then sell your NFT on OpenSea and then get a stable coin and then use that to purchase ETH, or maybe directly from the OpenSea into ETH. Well, that's actually what you would do. Um, but very interesting developments. This is how we go mainstream, right? This is the quiet mainstream, like quietly prepares to enter the metaverse. Cool. Watch us quietly go to 120K or 100K Bitcoin. It's really wild. Great news. I mean, this is good news. Definitely good news. Though, this is not that it's not as bad as it's made to sound here. Derivative data shows softening of crypto enthusiasm. No big deal because this is normal. This is the summer when we had that dip in the summer. Then yeah, of course we had negatives going, right? Like people were not hype on this. Then we picked up a little bit. We picked up heavily here, and now we're coming back down. Not a big deal. This goes up and down. Now, derivatives are you might wonder what derivatives are. They are futures and those sort of things. Like uh, they're not like open interest is one, futures, here we go, and what's the other one? I forgot what options. There you go. So this is options trading. So you're betting in the future, right? And so betting in the future has decreased, and leveraged buying would be one of these as well. Um, that's not a great thing because that means speculators or some whales maybe are not planning on making purchases in the near term, which really comes back to this chart here. It's choppy, right? Things are choppy. People are unsure what's going to happen. So you're not going to open these bets moving forward. Like you can much more easily open a bet when it's coming down, when you see trajectory, or when it's going up, obviously, right? When you see that kind of trajectory, you can definitely go. By the way, notice how steep that is and how steep that is. This is the thing with crypto. Like when we launch, it'll be some crazy launch. Like, wow, look at that bar looked if I was in that situation, if I was there, I'd be like, oh, that bar looks totally normal. And this bar, oh, that's freaky. And then these just keep going, and you're like, oh no, I missed it. I missed the boat. Like I would be here, I missed the boat. In fact, something like this happened here, right? When I saw this bar, I was like, hey, this ain't nothing. And it just kept going, and I was like, oh no, and I was totally missing the boat, which is why I DCA nowadays, right? Forget trying to, lock it all in at the bottom or something like that. Feels like we have a chop thing like this here. I'm not sure. This seems like it'll go a little longer, but I don't think it's going to go much longer. I think we're going to see some action, action soon. We'll see though. So yeah, things are happening. Yeah. Some negativity, but this is actually not real negativity. This is not like a clear indicator of negativity. Let me make that very clear. Bank of America says Solana could be the next Visa. Now, these people will say anything, right? They will say anything. It might just be the guy that published this at the Bank of America owns a lot of Solana and wanted to pump. I mean, it's entirely possible. I would not discount it. But this is also, it's also possible that Solana could become this. There's a lot of backing behind it, a lot of VC backing, a lot of intelligent, business-minded people behind this. This is a feasibility, and ETH 2.0 is definitely going to rival this, but when it comes, we'll have to make that decision, or we'll have to see what the market says, because Solana is picking up a lot of steam, and it's very unclear. In fact, one of the DCAs I should do is do Solana, like in the next several days, I think. Let's add some Solana and keep going. I do like Solana. I like that it's backed by VCs, right? They want to see this grow. And maybe I mean, a lot of the growth is gone. When you got it for $1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 is when it was really hot. I remember when it was $40 a couple months ago. Right? I think it was 6 months ago. It was $40 and now it's 100 and something. It's completely bonkers, but welcome to the world of crypto, I suppose. And the reason this happens is because the market cap is so small. Right? When the market cap is this small, you really can have that $40 to $120 move really quick. You can go from $200 to $4,000. Not that, it's not a crazy jump, but going from 40,000 to 100,000, that is a big move. Going 100,000 to a million, that's a massive move, right? This is why we don't see Tesla jump up significantly. We can't go from 1,000 to 2,000 really fast. Market caps. I found this a little interesting. Now, it's a slow news day. Nothing really is happening today. It's Sunday. But this is interesting. So the OCC acting comptroller and Michael J. Sue. By the way, if you're wondering what a comptroller is, the comptroller is a controller. And if you're wondering what a controller is, the controller is essentially the person overlooking the accounting at an organization or a firm, right? That's what it is. I've always wondered what this is. I had to look this up. So, we're in the same boat. Um, he's said that they're bringing in so this is at the British American Business Transatlantic Finance Forum, put in it, and he acknowledges the importance of stablecoins as a bridge between fiat and crypto world, and that's great. He also noted that stablecoins have potential to have potential for runs like crypto. Like what are runs are like when in the 1930s you would when the market was crashing, everyone would run to the bank and take all their money out, and the bank would have no cash, and just stuff would hit the fan. And you want to prevent that. But what little bit owns to him is that this is common and frequent, right? This happens frequently in our markets. I mean, we see this, right? This was a run, right? This was a run, right? Now if we go back here, this was obviously a run. So it's very common in the space that we operate in the crypto world, we get runs, and this is somewhat of a run here. But I mean, for sure, this was a run, right? Right before summer, this was definitely a run. This thing, Jesus, look at that thing. Um, yeah, but he's raising good points. If trust in these assets fades, especially those with questionable and opaque reserve management procedures, and so he's bringing up really good points. This is how we get crypto into the real mainstream. Like like you and I are in the mainstream, but the real mainstream is our parents, right? The generation right above us, that is the real mainstream. Being able to purchase your thing at Kroger's, that get Walmart, that massive mainstream, that is the real mainstream, right? There's a couple other points here, and so he had these recommendations which I found quite nice. One is to have reserve funds, right? That's really important. So this is for setting up a new, like if you as a bank or as a financer are going to set up a stable coin, make sure you have your reserve funds. Oversight by banking supervisors. And so what you want to do is make crypto feel like a regular bank. So you get this comfortable vibe and feeling, so you don't feel scared about having your funds out. Access to central bank discount windows for liquidity could instill consumer confidence. He argues that strong, targeted federal regulation of money and bank can help establish a solid foundation for economy, enabling healthy innovation and growth. Totally true, absolutely true, and this is what we need, right? These are the kind of people. In fact, these are the kind of people we need. And so this is, I mean, like wildly good news. Actually, I mean, I don't know if it's wildly good news, but it's definitely good news. Right, we're step by step, we're moving into a world where crypto is becoming more and more acceptable. I remember back in 2017, no government official would touch crypto with a 10-foot pole, right? They were absolutely bonkers about it. They would not. They would just, it was it was considered a scam. And in 2015, it was totally, I remember 2015, it was totally, if you owned crypto, you were a little bit of a fringe dude, right? You were a little weird already. You were not like, I remember I was at a conference in 2015. I remember the guy that owned all the crypto, and he was looked at a little strangely. I'll put you that way, right? We were just a little hands off, even in 2015. And this guy was mining since 2011. Brock Pierce, you might remember. You might know. You can Google him. He's actually very prolific now. He actually ran for president. Great guy. But at that time, we were so unfamiliar with crypto. It just seemed so foreign and almost like some weird backwater thing. And like, I mean, I wish we invested. It was like $200 then. It would have been wild. Bitcoin was $200. I remember the dip from 200 to whatever it was, or something like that, 1,000 to 2,000, $200. Everyone was like, ah, we're selling, we're out. If I had just put some money into crypto, it would have been wild. Absolutely wild. What a time. 2015. 2017 is when I got in. I had started mining. Um, right. So I thought this was pretty interesting. And the last thing I want to show you is this. The problem with timing the market is that it felt like 1999 for about 6 years now, right? This is so true. And what does this mean? 1999 was the lead up to, let's see if I can pull this up, was the lead up to the Bitcoin, sorry, the look at this wild chart. This is gonna be a crazy looking chart. 1999 was the lead up to, oh, what is this? Come on, guys. Why? Why do we have to be this way? Okay, let's see if we can see Microsoft. There we go. That's not it. There we go. This is it. Okay, so I mean, this is also absurd. Just look at this chart. This is 1999 right here, right? All the way to the top, and then we crash back down. But look at this. This is all obviously not just driven by the value of the company. It's not like Microsoft made that much more profit. It would be wild if they made that much more profit. A part of this is that we've had a lot of inflation, right? A whole lot of inflation. And like, in fact, the inflation started around here, I think. So half of that curve is inflation, right? Absolutely wild, completely bonkers. Like if you had just bought some there, you would have been here, but it's absolutely bonkers. And the problem with inflation is now when you go to the grocery store, your cabbage, if you had to invest there, has gone up by that much, right? Like whatever percentage this is, but your salary, if you have a day job, may have gone up by that much. So it's really bonkers, not great. But I digress. Here, let's go to 1999. This is 1999, right? So we have this huge run up, and so I would not be surprised if we see something very similar to this, and we see years of just stagnation. But there's 1999, and you can see down at the bottom here. There you go, 1998, and then this is 99, and we're just like, oh my God, this is absolutely bonkers. 99, 99, 99. Then we hit this peak 2000. I mean, this is December 99. So you see it. December 99 is like right at the top. And then 2000. And then February. And boom, things just get destroyed. But this is why. This is why you should not be trying to time the market like I used to. I did. I definitely tried, and I got destroyed trying to time ADA actually. Uh, we saw a run up on ADA, and then I timed it all wrong. It was terrible. I don't want to do that again. Hence, I'm DCAing with you now, and I hope I gotta say this. This is a little bit digression, but I digress all the time. I hope you are also DCAing with me. Right? I hope you are. It doesn't have to be $1,000 a day. It could be $1 a day. It could be $2 a day. It could be five. It doesn't matter what it is. 50 cents a day. Whatever you can do. Do something. Right? Don't just sit here passively watching me. It's absolutely useless. Take part in this. Right? Take part in this thing that's happening. It's wild. It's amazing. It's good. Do it. But yeah, as I digress. Um, this is why you can't time, and this is why you have to. And this is what he's saying here, right? This is what this person is saying. The problem with timing the market is that it felt like 1999 for the last 6 years now, right? 1999. This is 1999, and it's felt like this for the last 6 years. And let's see. Let's go look at this chart. So this, yeah, there you go. So this is 2013. From 2013 until now, we've been on this crazy, crazy run up. Right? It's just absurd. There we go. This is 2013. This is when it all kicked off, right? It's all kicked off, and it's felt like 2000, like 1999. Ever since then, I mean, it's really it felt like it kicked off in 2020, right? 2019 maybe. But wow, I don't even see where's this is. I think this is the COVID bump, but what a ride up, right? And I think what's going to happen now is we're going to flatten out, or this curve is going to definitely going to chill out because we're going to increase the interest rate and make futures trading and these kind of things much more. I mean, like we're not going to be able to take the loans out that we do. Businesses are not going to be able to take the loans out, so growth is going to slow down for sure, and capital markets going to seize up a little bit, hopefully, and not really harshly. Like we don't want to see something like this, but I wouldn't mind seeing something like a more reasonable curve, right? Like rather than this wild up. I mean, like what are we doing here? We're going like the trajectory here right now is like something like this. It's just crazy. I mean, it would be nice if we could, take it from that to something more like something. Oh my, come on, dude. Like something along these lines. My pointing skills. Something more like this is much more reasonable, and it's going to be painful right here, but we'll be okay, right? And we're going into 2030 here, maybe. Something more reasonable like this, and I feel like that's what's safer. It's better. I mean, we don't want something like this. We certainly don't. This is going to be painful. In fact, we're going to come down before we make this leveled out position, but growth, but steady growth, but more reasonable steady growth. But it's wild. Look at this for Microsoft. I mean, this is Microsoft alone from 2000 all the way to 2013. There was nothing. It was just zero company. Absolutely wow. 13 years of just holding the bag. Can you imagine that? 13 years We have to hold our bags for a couple of years and then it's over. But Microsoft had to hold that for 13 goddamn long years. Insane. Anyways, this is all my ramblings for the day. If you have any thoughts, please comment below. If you like this stuff, subscribe, like, really talk to me. You're welcome to say anything you want to me. I'll take anything. I'm just at the beginning of this, so say what you want. I'm open ears. If the audio's great, that's good. If it's not, please tell me. I'm happy to work on it. If you want to see a view of the back, I could probably do something about that as well. But I'm here to listen. Please speak to me, and I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day, and see you Monday.